Hey guys, welcome back to my beauty stash, or welcome if it is your first time here. Hello, my name is Steph. I would love to have you become part of our makeup family, so be sure to click on that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy watching. Alright guys, as requested, I am going to do an eyeshadow palette declutter. I am going to take you to the two rooms, one of them we're in right now, and you can see some eyeshadow palettes behind me, to where we're going to declutter a lot. We're gonna see what I don't reach for, what I haven't used on camera in quite a while. I'm going to get rid of it or hopefully find a better home for it. I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes, guys. I have been on YouTube for what, 2.5 years now, so I've definitely accumulated a lot during that time. And just on my own from when before I started my YouTube channel, I still have some lingering palettes from a few years back. So I'm going to see what I can rehome, what I can recycle, and of course, what I'm going to toss out. So let's get started, guys. If y'all want to see this epic eyeshadow palette declutter, keep on watching. All right, guys, so these are the shelves that you see directly behind me when I film. Of a little rug there. Now, all of the white shelves you're going to see in today's video, I got in store at Walmart. The greenery, I think I ordered that from Amazon. So whatever I can find as far as furniture and decor goes, I will have it linked in the description box of today's video. This is the only, or one of the only shelves, I should say, here in my filming room that doesn't have makeup on it. I have a Harry Slatkin candle back there. I have my Bose Bluetooth speaker, some little decor items. This is the Wet n Wild and Little Twin Stars collaboration. Oh my god, look at how dusty that is. I am so embarrassed. I'm not a duster. I'm not a duster, guys, but here are the little makeup sponges in there. I just thought that this looked really cute up here, so I've just always left it there. But yeah, let's move over to the next shelf. So this is just the box for the Space Age highlighters. I have them all in my beauty room, which I will take you to in a second. Here's the Flower Punk palette. Love this palette, but haven't reached for it in a while. I definitely need to pull this out again. I have the two empty tins. Those are where their cloud lip paints came in. That was a release from last year. Another Bluetooth speaker. This one is really cool. This one lights up and it gives a nice display on the ceiling. My Club Nebula deck of cards, and of course the Club Nebula palette is back there, and also the is it the Space Age palette and one of their Futurism palettes right there. This is pretty much the extent of my Kaleidos collection. We have some more Kaleidos, but down here. Here's the start of the Glamlite shelves. So I have the two different icy palettes right here. I mean, all of the stuff I'm showing you right now, guys, I'm definitely going to be keeping. These were the two highlighters that came in the collection. The Happy Hour collection, oh my goodness, guys, this collection was absolutely amazing. I bought all 4 palettes. Look at how beautiful that chocolate martini palette is. If you are looking for a nice purple eyeshadow palette, the wine eyeshadow palette is very lovely. Love that one. Strawberry margarita. Actually, it's not strawberry margarita, but let me open this because I think about strawberry margarita whenever I look at this palette. What about you? And today is National Margarita Day. Oh my goodness, I'm filming this on a Monday, which is President's Day also here in the US, but it's also National Margarita Day. So, man, I should have worn this palette today. And then last but not least, the green palette of the bunch. This is the Dirty Martini palette. Who doesn't love this one? Now back here, these are just the little cases that these Happy Hour palettes came in. I thought they made a cute little display piece, so I'm gonna let them hang out a little while longer. This was my very first Glamlite palette, the pizza palette. I got it when it was initially released, and I've been a huge fan of the brand ever since. We have the Street Taco palette that I got in one of their mystery boxes, and of course some lashes. The lashes I no longer have because I've used them up, but I just wanted to keep the little box to display. Next, we still got some Glamlite. I kept the box from the ice cream palette, which is this one back there. That's kind of like a pastel palette. The Red Velvet Cupcake palette, my favorite. I think this is my favorite palette out of all the Glamlite palettes that I have, and this is the collaboration with Michaela. So here you can see this beautiful color story. I just thought that the formula on this one was so special. I feel like it's one of the best Glamlite formulas that they've done, and this is just a really awesome palette. Next we have the Cake palette, which I got a few months ago. I don't know why I waited on it for so long, but that's a really awesome palette. And then here are the Donut palettes. What is this one called? This is the Glam Donut palette. Let me open this up. Cute palette. This one is my favorite though. This is the Chocolate Donut palette. The shades in here, this is a neutral palette, but it's really a solid neutral palette. Really pretty. So I like that. The packaging, I love food themed makeup. I just love themed makeup in general, and that's part of the attraction to me and Glamlite. Amazing makeup, and it's food themed. Okay, so right below one of those Glamlite shelves, I have all of my Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes. Circle Loco, Trio Chrome, Bronze, Retro right here. I mean, just amazing palettes. I love these so much. They're not going anywhere. I have the Pat McGrath holiday palette from 2021, the Laura Lee and Aaron Weaver collaboration. This is the Candy Skies palette. And then I have the latest from Too Faced. This one was just okay. I just keep it up here because I love the butterflies on it. Oh my goodness, this was my first Sugar Drizzle palette. This is the Pizza Kitty palette, and let's see, it's hard to do this with one hand, but this is an all duo multi-chrome palette. Really cute. I mean, it's a cat riding a pizza. It's in outer space. There's hamburger, french fry, everything I live for right here in this palette. Back here I have their latest palette, which is the Butterfly palette. I've already done a look where I was using this palette. It was in my latest Get Ready With Me video. Amazing. If you haven't tried Sugar Drizzle, they're really an affordable indie makeup brand, and they do multi and duochromes so well at such an amazing price point. Back here I have the Flamingo palette, also from Sugar Drizzle. I have Age of Opulence and Wilderness, both of those by Beauty Bay. Right here I have all of my Natasha Denona mini palettes. I don't have them all. I haven't collected them all yet, but I have a pretty good amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 mini palettes. I have some more Natasha Denona like cheek products right here. An Alien Cosmetics highlighter. I got some lippies there. The super cute mirror. The only good thing from the Morphe and Mickey and Friends collaboration. And then I have this beautiful palette from Gourmand Girls. The C'est l'Amour eyeshadow palette. This was their Valentine's Day release for 2022. Absolutely love this one. Right below that shelf, I have some lippies. I have some items from the Say by the Bell and Wet n Wild collaboration. And I have all of the BH Cosmetics Birthstone palettes. Again, I'm not getting rid of anything on these shelves that you see. These are what you see behind me when I film. Have some books at the very bottom. Over here, I have some more eyeshadow palettes. I have the ones from Game Beauty. Love these so much. I got some Unearthly Cosmetics. I have, look at this, Nomad Haunted Europe eyeshadow palette. This is a winner. We got some Melt Cosmetics back here. Bad Witch Club palette. Wow. This is the only Give Me Glow palette that I have in my stash, but it's definitely not going to be the last. I love this palette so much. So beautiful. Now back here I have the Lunar Beauty. This is their face palette, like the contour and bronzer. And I still have the Morphe and Mickey and Friends eyeshadow palette. I mean, I love the packaging. I love the artwork, but that is like the only good thing about that palette. The shadows didn't perform that great on me. I have the Pat McGrath Bridgerton collaboration. So these are two highlighters. This is the eyeshadow palette. I have the latest palette from Nomad Cosmetics. This is the Whistler Snow Lodge palette. I am going to be doing a indie makeup brand Get Ready With Me, and I'm going to be playing with this palette. That will be coming up really soon on my channel, so stay tuned for that. Danessa Myricks. Oh my god, this is my first Danessa Myricks purchase. This is the Lightwork Volume 3. Stunning eyeshadow palette, super expensive. Love the packaging that it comes in. Yeah, this is a fantastic one. There you can see my Oden's Eye and the Legendary Diversa collection, round 1, with Judy, Annette, and Tina. The mirror from this year's ColourPop and Hocus Pocus collection. And then, of course, I have my little Colored Rain palettes right here. These little 6-pan palettes are absolutely amazing. Love these so much. I have done dedicated videos, guys, on all of the eyeshadow palettes that I'm showing you. I will have my eyeshadow palette playlist linked in a pinned comment so that you guys can check them out. But these Colored Rain little 6-pan palettes are absolutely amazing. Now, right below, I have some more eyeshadow palettes. I have some Viseart right here, the latest from Urban Decay. Another Mickey and Friends eyeshadow palette. Ugh, no. Packaging, fantastic. What's inside, not so much. More Viseart, more Urban Decay, some Oden's Eye. We got some Melt down here. This is where I keep, I bought this little Z palette from Amazon, and in here is where I keep the Fall Equinox collection from Terra Moons. Stunning multi-chromes, stunning. This is the first, this and Sugar Drizzle, but Terra Moons is the first brand that I buy like a little bundle set of multi-chromes from, and I've really been enjoying them. And just got some little decorations right there. And then you guys already saw this. On this bottom shelf, I just have stuff that I use for product videos and stuff like that, photos and stuff. And that pretty much covers what you see behind me here in my filming room. This used to be my formal dining room. Now it's my filming room. But this is everything that you see and nothing I'm getting rid of when I'm filming. Let me go ahead and take you to my beauty room, kind of like my office as well. And I'll show you the makeup that we're definitely going to be getting rid of. I have a lot of it over there. All right, guys, so here are the shelves. Here are 2 of the shelves. There's actually 6 shelves total. I've already showed you one of them in my foundation, concealer, and powder declutter. So I'm going to show you 4 different shelves today. These are the top shelves. Look, there is baby Steff right there. That was, ooh, I don't even think I was a year old then. Maybe 8 months. I don't know. But I haven't really organized since I've moved stuff over there to my filming room. These 2 top shelves are not really the way I want them to look. I have the Clueless palette back here. Love that one. I think it's on sale if you can still find it. I got these at Target, Dollar Spot. So a lot of these little figurines, like this one right here, I think I got this one at the Dollar Tree. But a lot of that comes from Dollar Tree and Target. And then just moving across over here, this I got from Walmart, I believe. That's the MAC and Jeremy Scott collaboration. Terrible palette. I mainly bought it for the boombox for the packaging. Yeah, it didn't perform well at all. I have the Moschino and Sephora collection, the Bear palette. Love that thing, never getting rid of it. And of course, I have the round 2 of MAC and Selena. I grew up listening to Selena, still listen to her music this day, and I will never get rid of that palette. Right down here, I have some drugstore makeup, and I have a lot of e.l.f., NYX, and Wet n Wild. So I think we're going to be decluttering some of these items today. So, okay, so I just got this one. This is the Cookies and Dream. That, I'm going to put that there. It's going to stay. This one is the Revlon Slight Flex So Fierce Prismatic. I really didn't like this. I'm going to see if I can give this to somebody that I think would appreciate it more. So I'm just going to put that off to the side. Here are all of the e.l.f. bite-sized eyeshadow palettes that have ever been made. So I'm not going to get rid of them. I do reach for them from time to time, and they're just so easy to travel with. So these are definitely going to stay. What is this right here? Oh, this is from Lunar Beauty. Really didn't care for this palette, so I'm going to declutter this. Here is like maybe one of my first e.l.f. eyeshadow palettes, Mad for Matte. This is the Jewel Pop palette. Let's see if I can open this with one hand. I think I can. So I'm going to get rid of this because it's old, but you know, it was all right. I definitely love the color story. But yeah, because of age, I'm gonna get rid of it. Now back here, I have some, I think these are 2 of the same shades. Are they? If they are, I'll see if I can give one away. These are like the liquid metallic shadows. I love the metallic formula much better than I love the, no, they're 2 different. Much better than I love the liquid glitters. So I think I'm going to be decluttering the liquid glitter ones, which I'll have to figure out after this video. But yeah, I hardly reach for them. The metallic formula was definitely my favorite. And, they were supposed to be a dupe for the Stila ones, but nah, I don't think so. Here are the Jen Atkin collaboration palettes. I just talked about those in a recent video, so I'm not going to get rid of them. This palette is so good, and they don't make it anymore, but I love, look at that yellow there. I love it. This was a really solid palette. I think it's like something chocolate. I don't even remember, and I don't see it anywhere, but I know they don't make it anymore, but I like it, so I'm going to let it hang out. Retro Paradise, I had a good experience with that one, so I'm going to let it hang out for a little bit longer. Okay, so now let's look at all of these Wet n Wild eyeshadow palettes. So I know I haven't reached for these in so long. This is from that Rebel Rose collection, that box set, which I'm hoping Wet n Wild does some more box sets really soon because I love that. I'm not getting rid of them. Man, I can wear this one tomorrow. Look at that color story. What a nice quad. And these shadows perform well, so I'm going to keep them. What is behind here? Oh, these. You know what, guys? I'm probably going to declutter all of these just because I am not a huge fan of the Wet n Wild. Oh, look, and that one broke. The pressed glitter formula. This one's pretty. Maybe I'll just keep a couple of them. Yeah, okay, I'll keep this one. Oh, no, not that one. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of all of these. I'll have to organize that in a second. I don't even reach for these. I'm going to have to get rid of them as well. This was from the Horoscope collection, I think. Fire. Yeah, it was from the Horoscope collection. So I'm going to get rid of all 3 that I have. 4, actually. These 4. Now, back here, I have liquid eyeshadows that I know are super old. This was from that Midnight Mermaid collection. There's no way I can still use them, so I'm going to get rid of all of them. Okay, so what else do I have back here? Oh, this was from that Prismatic collection. These palettes actually weren't that bad. These were actually pretty good little palettes. I'm going to hang on to these a little while longer. I have, let's see, this is their new Color Icon palette. I like this one. I have another one back here. These are pretty good, so I'm going to let those stay. I have, let's see, this is a Profusion, like a liquid glitter. It's dried up, so I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, now all of these right here, these are their older palettes. These are those little 5-pan. Is it 5-pan? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 4-pan. I'm sorry, 4-pan eyeshadow palettes. Gosh, I really don't reach for these that much anymore, but I kind of wanted them just for shade match purposes. Oh, this is a nice one. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna let these hang out just a little while longer, but I mean, if I'm not referencing them sometime this year, at the end of 2022, these are gonna go. Now back here, I have some collaboration palettes from Wet n Wild. This is the Pac-Man palette. This was my very first Wet n Wild video that I made on my YouTube channel. I bought the full box set and I love it. I thought this palette was fantastic. I have the 2 palettes from the My Melody and Kuromi collection. These were just okay. I think this was the better one of the bunch. And these have a very strong scent of like strawberry or raspberry. I mean, a very strong scent. Oh, these are so cute, but I don't reach for them. Again, I'm just going to hang on to them for this year, and if I don't reference them, then they will be discarded by the end of the year. Here is a newer collaboration from Wet n Wild. This is the Nautical Nonsense of SpongeBob. This is a really good palette, and surprisingly, the pressed glitter in this palette was some of the best that I've worked with from Wet n Wild. So if you have this, enjoy it, because I know it's not coming back. Right here, I have the Bretman Rock collaboration palette. This is a pretty decent palette as well. So I'm gonna hang on to this. This one I think I'm going to get rid of just because I rarely reach for it, and it's one of these color icon palettes. And there you can see what the shades look like. I have these shades already in the what is it, the heart palette. I'll show you that in a second. So I don't need this one, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Okay, now I know I'm gonna get rid of this one. This is from Essence. This is the Good Day Sydney, or Good Day, something like that. I don't know. This one was just okay. Again, this was one of my very first YouTube videos. Probably within the first month that I was on YouTube, I did a full face of Essence, and this was the eyeshadow palette that I used in that video. Here is the Instabay eyeshadow palette from Catrice. This has been the best Catrice eyeshadow palette that I've tried. Unfortunately, I'm not a big fan of their shadows, but this one did okay, so I'm gonna keep it. Next, I have some palettes from Believe Beauty. And these are nice. I need to do a full face of Believe Beauty here on my channel. Here was the other one. So I'm gonna hang on to this. I've been meaning to buy the foundation because I used up the foundation and I really liked it, as well as the concealer. Here we have, okay. So here are some Flower Beauty eyeshadow palettes. These were just okay. They weren't that great, so I am gonna declutter both of these. Next, we have all of my Rimmel eyeshadow palettes. This is back when these palettes were just coming out. I started collecting them, but man, I haven't reached for them in so long. So I'm definitely, it's a unique color story, but I am gonna get rid of them. Here are the other ones in case you were wondering what they look like. Back here we have some NYX. This was a pretty good palette. Really like the shades in that one. This is Wet n Wild. It's a lip scrub. I'm keeping it more for decoration. I'm definitely not going to use what's in there, so let's move that up there. This is the Maybelline Soda Pop palette. I haven't used this in so long, so I am going to get rid of it. Next, we have these two palettes from NYX. These got mixed reviews, but they always worked great for me. The Off Tropic palettes. I really like them. I like them. I don't want to get rid of them. Here is another one. So I'm going to hang on to these. Here's another Catrice palette. This is their collaboration with Iman. This was a nice one too. So I guess I'll hang on to this one as well. And then back here, I have the two larger NYX eyeshadow palettes. This is the Ultimate Queen, really good one. And then Ultimate Utopia. This is my most watched video on YouTube, this NYX Ultimate Utopia palette. And then I did this one not too long ago. So, okay, we did some damage. Oh, this one, this is the NYX palette I recently reviewed. I should have just returned it, but I'm going to get rid of this one. I've only used it in that video and haven't reached for it ever since. The formula wasn't that great. Let me just show it to you. Oh, this is how it opens. This is the Year of the Tiger palette for Lunar New Year 2022. Like the packaging, but not really what's inside it. Now right here, I have some Wet n Wild color icon palettes. I'm going to keep all of these. I do enjoy the formula, and I have videos on all of these as well. That way you guys can check it out. This one is a nice dupe for Urban Decay Honey. Okay, so I kind of just reorganized this shelf a little bit. It looks much neater. Let's move on down right below it. This is my Urban Decay shelf. This is from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to just put that up here so it doesn't get in the way. So there's so much here that I need to get rid of, but I've been collecting Urban Decay for so long. This is like, you know, one of the first brands that got me into makeup. Here is that Elements palette. This is an old one, and I don't even reach for it. I don't really reach, guys, to be honest, for a lot of these things. This is the Alice in Wonderland, the Looking Glass, the two Prince palettes. I thought this one was a really good palette. This is the Kristen Leanne collaboration. This was my favorite. This is just a nice little go-to neutral palette. You can tell I've used it. It's just so hard. It's so hard to get rid of this stuff. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Again, I don't really reach for a lot of these Urban Decay palettes anymore, but I mean, how do you get rid of this one? This was like my first like really colorful palette, you know. Here is the Urban Decay Born to Run. When I went to Aruba, one of the hotels that we stayed in a condo, but one night we stayed at a hotel because we wanted to go to Renaissance Island, I believe, to go see the flamingos. And I kid you not, in the hotel, in the closet, it looked exactly like this. If I can find a picture, I will insert it. But when I opened that closet up, I was like, oh my god, that is Urban Decay Born to Run. All of the pictures looked identical. And of course, here's what the palette looks like. I'm not going to get rid of this. Honestly, guys, I am not going to get rid of anything in here. I have all of the Naked palettes here. You know that the only Naked palette I didn't buy, and I'm meaning like earlier versions of the Naked palette, was the first one. Never bought the first one. I didn't get the last, what was it, the Cyber one? Didn't pick that one up either, but I have all of the other ones. You know what? I guess I can get rid of this one. I think this one is broken too. Yeah, okay. I'll declutter this one. I love this one. I think these shadows are so awesome, the Moon Dust ones. These are definitely nice shimmer topper shades for your mattes. Here is the Gwen Stefani. Both of the Gwen Stefani palettes. One is a blush palette and the other is an eyeshadow palette. And guys, Gwen Stefani, look, I panned that one. Gwen Stefani is coming out with her own makeup line. I'm a huge fan of Gwen Stefani. I am so down on myself that I didn't go to Vegas and see her in Vegas because I really wanted to. I just never made the time to go. So if she goes back to Vegas, I'm gonna have to go see her. But this was her collaboration that she did with Urban Decay so long ago. I don't know why there's so many neutral. Well, she does wear a lot of neutral eyeshadow, but I love Gwen since No Doubt. In her solo career, I've always followed her, and I've always said if I could trade places with anybody for a day, it'd definitely be Gwen Stefani. And then of course, guys, just more Urban Decay palettes that are super old that I'm probably never gonna reach for, but you know, I keep them because of nostalgia, because it's a collection that I've been working on for a long time. What is this one? This was the Vice. Does it say what number it was? I don't know. I don't know which one. There were several Vice palettes, but love the packaging. So unfortunately, this shelf is pretty much going to stay as is. This is the only one that I'm going to declutter. Okay, now right below Urban Decay is BH Cosmetics. So let me see. Let me sit down on the floor so that I can get comfortable. Another Dollar Tree little plant. Okay, so again, please don't judge me for this dust. Ugh, terrible. Okay, so here we go with the Zodiac palette. I believe this was the first. No, I think this was the second one or first one. I don't remember. There was one of them I didn't get. I don't have the heart to part with any of this stuff. Even though I haven't used that in so long, I can get rid of this one. I mean, this is the Doja Cat, the Mega palette. I don't know that I'll ever reach for this again. It was rather disappointing for me, but it's still fairly new, so I guess I'm going to keep it. These are the two holiday palettes. Amazing. This is the one from 2020. Lit List. You might still be able to find this one if you can get it. This is the one from 2021. Okay, so I guess I'm going to declutter this one. Look at how old this is. This is how long I've been using BH Cosmetics. When they used to come out in this type of plastic packaging. This is a nice one. I mean, very neutral, but oh gosh. You know what? Maybe I can take this to work. Here I am. I said that in my last declutter video. I'll just take it to work. I'm building up a collection over there at work. This is going to go in the maybe pile. The maybe. Here are two more palettes. This is the Club Tropicana. I'm going to get rid of this. Like, it's been so long that I haven't used this one. I'll get rid of this one. Cool tones. Look at this one. Foil eyes. I just don't reach for it, guys. I just don't. I gotta make room. I gotta make room because You guys know I try a lot of new makeup, so yeah, these two are gonna go. All right, what do we have next? This is the Aurora Lights palette. This is a nice one. This was that Bake Shadow formula. I will dip into this from time to time, so I'm gonna keep it. This one, the Desert Oasis, is amazing. Amazing. The shimmers are incredible. Incredible. It's such a good palette. Here's one that I'm gonna get rid of because I haven't used it in so long. The Take Me Back to Brazil. Nice rainbow palette, but I don't use it. This one I'm okay with getting rid of. These next two are the BH, the Remix Dance palettes. I love them. This is an amazing one. The other one is the more colorful one. This is neutral, but this one is amazing. So I'm definitely keeping this. This one was the Lunar New Year palette for this year. I'm looking to see, oh yeah, I see. I was like, where is the one from last year? Is it? No, that's not it. I probably have that one in my beauty room. This is the, okay, so I have the Sun palette in my dining room. This is the Moon palette. This is a cool tone palette. This was released on Beauty Bay and at BH Germany. It didn't come over here to the States. It's just okay. It's not that great. It's not the amazing BH Cosmetics quality, but I just got it, so of course I'm gonna keep it. Okay, so the Sweet Shop palettes, I have them all. They are not going anywhere. Here are all of the Weekend Vibes palettes. Hello, Avocado Toast, not going anywhere. This is the Mimosa palette. This is like the more pink peach palette. Very cute. And then I even have, here's the Bellini palette. This is the blush palette. I love this. I love this so much. So all of those are gonna stay. Here are the travel series palettes. Oh, look, this one, Blueberry Muffin, needs to go over here. So Passion in Paris, Sunset and Saint Tropez. I still haven't used this one. I just recently bought it because I didn't have it, and look, it still has the plastic on it. I need to pull this out and use it very soon. So all of these are gonna stay. Okay, now these palettes, I was looking forward, and it could still happen, but I was collecting these festival palettes from BH Cosmetics, and 2019 was the last one, and I think this is the one for 2019. Pressed glitters. The BH Cosmetics pressed glitter formula has always been the best in my opinion. So if you're going to try pressed glitters, I mean, well, BH was the brand to do it with. We're hoping and praying that they make it out through whatever they're going through. This is the Color Festival one. This was from 2018. I loved all of these. I would buy the whole collection whenever they would come out because it was just always so colorful and fun. And this was the very first one, Weekend Festival. These are all Coachella inspired, and Coachella is going on this year. So I believe it takes place in April. I don't know if we'll see something, a festival palette from BH this year. It'd be nice. Be nice to see it, but I'm definitely hanging on to these. All right, next up are these palettes that I guess I can get rid of these. These are like the foil, or not the foil, but the reflection palettes. I haven't used this in so long. I mean, they're nice, but I mean, I just don't use them, you know? I don't use them, and like I said, I try a lot of makeup, so I just gotta make room for all this stuff. So we'll say goodbye to these. Here is the Drop Dead Gorgeous, or Drop Dead Gorgeous Full On Crazy palette. One of my shades broke. That was okay. And then of course the Poison Shock palettes, which are not going anywhere, and these smaller little holiday palettes, I'm gonna keep those. So okay, we made a little bit of a dent in my BH Cosmetics shelf. Okay, so from here we move on down to here, and look, I forgot another BH Cosmetics palette, and I think I'm gonna be getting rid of this one. These I am definitely gonna declutter. These are the last of the BH Cosmetics. This is from the Iggy collaboration. This one was the worst one. Definitely getting rid of this. This one wasn't that great either. Getting rid of that. I think I'm just gonna hang on to this one. This one really intrigued me. I love blue and brown together, and this one didn't perform that terrible, so I'll just hang on to this one. Okay, so a lot of Morphe palettes, the Milani. This is a shelf that I was planning on decluttering with or without this video, so let's go through it. Morphe Dare to Create palette. I mean, how many of the same shade can you have over and over again in one palette? So I'm gonna get rid of this one. Here is the Morphe and James Charles palette. Gonna get rid of this one. Here is the OG Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe. I'm gonna hang on to it. I still enjoy watching Jaclyn's videos, so love her makeup. I'm gonna keep it. Here is the, what is this one? This was actually a nice one. Like out of all these larger palettes, this wasn't too bad. Boss Mood. So I'm gonna hang on to this one. Okay, so these three. Okay, so here's this palette. Very warm tone palette. What was this one called? Second Nature. I'm gonna get rid of it. Okay, which one is this one? This is one of the originals, 35F. This was that fall palette, and I just did this right now as I was opening it, but yeah, gonna get rid of this one. And last but not least, we have this palette right here. This one is 35P, so I'm gonna get rid of this one as well. Now we have the Makeup Revolution, the Emily the Wants palette. I liked this palette. I remember when it came out, I really enjoyed it. And this is probably one of the best things that I've tried from Makeup Revolution, so I'm gonna still hang on to this one. I still watch Emily's videos. I really enjoy her. I follow her on Instagram, so I'm gonna keep it. Here is a Profusion palette, the Festival palette. This was just okay. I haven't reached for it in so long, so I am going to discard it. Here is another Profusion palette. This is a Sultry palette. This one performed better, so I'll hang on to this one. The Tarte Pro Remix. Oh my goodness, this is so old. Cute packaging, but it's time for it to go. Here is another Makeup Revolution. This is the Soph palette, and here is that color story. Really pretty, but again, I haven't reached for it, so I am gonna discard it. Here is a Makeup Revolution palette that, or Revolution Pro. Packaging is really cute, but didn't like the way this performed, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Here are two of the Jaclyn and Morphe collaboration palettes. There were 4 in this collection, but these are the 2 that I got, and I've used these pretty recently, and they're not half bad. These worked for me. I know there was a bad batch or 2. I got a pretty decent batch, so I'm gonna hang on to them. Okay, so here is a Milani palette. This is a rather recent purchase, the all-in-one palette. This was supposed to be like a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury, and it actually is. And this one actually got to me in one piece because I ordered 2 of those Charlotte Tilbury, what are they? The Look of Love palettes, and they both arrived broken, but not this one. So I do have a video where I'm doing like a dupe comparison. So I'm gonna hang on to this one. This is one of the better things from Milani as far as eyeshadow goes. Okay, now these 2 Milani palettes, I know I'm getting rid of. Awful quality. I didn't like them at all. Everything is falling over. Definitely getting rid of these. These are the gilded, what are they? Does it say? Oh, here it is. Gilded Noir and Gilded Rouge. Goodbye. This one from Milani, the Soft and Sultry. This is a really nice one. A nice cool toned color story. So I am going to hang on to this one. Here is the Gilded Desires. Another nice one, so I'll let this hang out. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, so gosh, I should get rid of these because this is when I don't even remember the website anymore. It's a website that went out of business, but they did a lot of dupe palettes. These are the dupes for Pat McGrath back here. I think this is a dupe for a Kylie palette. I don't remember, but this was actually good quality. If you remember the brand or the website, I know Face Candy is a brand, but I don't remember the website. It was a pretty awesome website, but they went bankrupt a while back. So I'm gonna get rid of this. I mean, it's good quality, but it's so old. This is another dupe. This is also, I think, a dupe for one of the Kylie palettes, which I don't have any Kylie Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes. A unique color story, but again, I don't reach for it, so I need to get rid of it. Okay, these 2 I'm gonna keep just because I don't own like the large Pat McGrath palettes that these are dupes for. Bad Habit is the brand. So you have to tell me which Pat McGrath large palette this one's a dupe for, but I know it's for one of them, and it's actually a pretty good dupe. And here's another one. So I'm gonna hang on to these. This one from Too Faced. I love unicorns. So cute. I bought a lot of things from this collection, but I haven't used this in so long, so I am gonna get rid of it. Now these are also from that brand, that website. I'm pretty much gonna get rid of all of these. Alter Ego is now, or Bad Habit is now Alter Ego, that brand. And I only have a couple Alter Ego palettes in my stash. This one's cute, but man, I haven't reached for these in so long. So these gotta go, but they were good. Here is an oldie from Tarte, probably one that I got in a BoxyCharm. It doesn't matter. It's a neutral palette. It's going. Here is the Frida Kahlo collection from Ulta Beauty. I am gonna keep this. I just thought it was a really nice collection. This is like a color switch right there. And this is the eyeshadow palette. Pretty decent quality too, so I'm gonna hang on to this. All right, guys, so wow, we made a huge dent in this shelf. I'm gonna go right across to the bottom. This is my Jeffree Star shelf. I haven't decided yet what I want to do with these. I paid so much money for them. I mean, they really are good quality, but I rarely use these on camera. Here's that Alien palette. I think this was my least favorite out of all of them. I mean, I like the color story, but I think the quality of this one was a little lesser than the others, but I don't know. These are just empty boxes. I use them for travel. What is this one? Oh, this is the Tati Beauty. And of course, Tati Beauty is no longer. So I'm just going to hang on to that. We have all of here's the Jeffree Star, the Morphe collaboration. This is actually a good palette, but I think it's time for this one to go. So I'll get rid of this one. Here is the Cremated palette, Jawbreaker. This was my favorite. This is one of my favorite Jeffree Star palettes, the Thirsty palette. I don't know if they still make it, but I just love this color story so much. So I'm gonna hang on to this one. Blood Sugar, Conspiracy. This I can get rid of. This was like in a mystery box that I got, my only mystery box that I got from him, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Here is Blue Blood, amazing palette. Here's a Laura Lee palette, the Nudie Patootie. This is a really good palette. Very, very good eyeshadow palette. Yeah, this one's not going anywhere. And here are a couple other Laura Lee palettes. And I honestly forgot that I had these. They're set. And they're pretty good. I just don't reach for them, so I am going to get rid of these two. All right, so right above that shelf, I have some singles here. Not really getting rid of any of those single shadows. And then I have, let's see. This one's so cute, from Makeup Scientist Cosmetics. I don't even know if they're still in business, but I mean, how cute is that packaging? I know I did a video over this. I'm going to hang on to that one. This one I got recently from Flower Beauty. Nice little neutral palette. So I'm going to hang on to that. What else do I have? Oh, this one. This one I'm going to get rid of. This is the Too Faced Tickled Peach eyeshadow palette. Here's this one from Tarte. I just love the packaging on it. And since here in my beauty room, I have like beach themed, I'm going to keep it. But really, I don't reach for this palette. But it is a pretty palette, and it's a pretty hefty palette. There's some substantial weight to it. Okay, this one I know I'm getting rid of. This is from Catrice. Again, I don't really like their eyeshadow palettes. This one is no different. Gonna declutter. This is from Flower Beauty. I like that. This is an awesome little shimmer palette. Gonna keep it. Here's my very first Melt Cosmetics purchase. The Impulsive palette. Amazing color story. Super bulky packaging, but amazing color story. Here is my Olamar Cosmetics and Encanto collaboration palette. Love this one. Keeping the Ace Beauté Tropical Vibes. Awesome. Such a gorgeous palette. Definitely keeping. Another one from Gourmand Girls. Definitely keeping that. This one is gonna go. This is the House Labs Stupid Love palette. One of the worst eyeshadow palettes ever. Goodbye. This one is an amazing one from Menagerie Indigo Ink. Love this one. This is the Milan Row and Doodles by the Bunny collaboration, Poison Ivy palette. Love this one. This one I'm going to get rid of. I haven't reached for it in so long. This is from Hank and Henry, Living in Color. It's a very bulky packaging, and it's unnecessary to be that bulky, so it's a good product, good shadows, but I'm going to get rid of it. Next we have this one from Sigma. This is a nice one, the Ivy eyeshadow palette. This was my very first Sigma eyeshadow palette, so I'm keeping it. Here is the Olamar eyeshadow palette. This is the Reina de Caribe eyeshadow palette. Love this one. It's such a pretty color story for the summer. This one is from Oma Beauty. This palette was a bit of a disappointment. I didn't really like the way it performed, so I'm going to declutter this one. Next up, we have some Alien Cosmetics. Well, Unearthly Cosmetics, but it was Alien. This was my very first eyeshadow palette from them. Beautiful grungy color story, definitely keeping it. Next we have a Midas Cosmetics eyeshadow palette by the Basic Bee collaboration. This is a really nice palette. Unfortunately, the brand did shut down pretty recently, so I'm gonna hang on to it. This is a nice palette to work with. Here is from that brand Alter Ego. This is a dupe for the Natasha Denona Sunset palette, which I don't have that one, so I'll hang on to this one. Here is the Nomad Cosmetics. This is the Iceland eyeshadow palette. I love this one. This is definitely not going anywhere. Here is another Alter Ego palette. These are my LA Girl eyeshadow palettes, and I have another one in the filming room that I forgot to bring over here. But these are awesome palettes from LA Girl. Let's see if I can open it with one hand. Here we go. Really nice. Next, I have another Morphe palette. This is the Coca-Cola collaboration. I'm gonna get rid of it. Here we have some Dominique Cosmetics palettes. I love her formula, so I'm gonna keep those. And then this one, I'm sure you guys have to remember this one, the Box of Crayons eyeshadow palette. Let's see. This is a good one. Cute, cute palette. I'm definitely keeping it. All right, guys, from this shelf, we are going to move up to this shelf. So right here, I don't plan on really, actually no, there is going to be some things I declutter. So here are my Juvia's Place palettes, some of them. These are the two Wahala palettes, so I'm keeping those. Here are all of like the mini palettes. The Olori palettes, 1, 2, and 3 are now available at Ulta. 3 is definitely my favorite. Let me show you what this one looks like. I have videos with all 3 of them, but this one is so special. The little Rebel quads, I highly recommend. We got some Lunar Beauty here. You all know I love Lunar Beauty. Storybook Cosmetics, definitely keeping the Mean Girls, but I am gonna get rid of this one. Although I do love the packaging, and it's nice to have like as a display piece, just because I keep my palettes organized like I would a bookshelf. But this palette was terrible quality, and I got this in a BoxyCharm. Yeah, I never liked this one, so should I even keep it for display purposes? No, too bulky, too bulky. I'm gonna get rid of it. Here's the Rare Beauty. This is kind of like oddly shaped for how I have my palette stacked, but this is a cute one. This is the only Rare Beauty eyeshadow palette that I have, so I'm gonna keep it. Okay, here is some Violet Voss. I bought this before I went to Aruba because I was going to Aruba expecting to see a bunch of flamingos, and that is not the case. The flamingos, there's only about 7 or 8 of them, and they're on that Renaissance Island that I was telling you about earlier. So yeah, saw more flamingos using this palette than I did in all of Aruba. So next up is the Morphe and Manny MUA collaboration. I'm going to keep it. This is actually a really nice palette, good quality, nice highlighters. Over here, what do we have? This one is the Wicked Sisters, their eyeshadow palette. This was nice. Pretty good quality, so I'm gonna hang on to it. Never getting rid of my Serenity palette. This is the Menagerie and Annette's Makeup Corner collaboration. Stunning palette. Love this so much. Very happy for Annette. Next up is one I'm gonna get rid of. This is from Loca Lashes. This is the Conchas Locas palette, and this one broke. So I am going to discard it. Oh yeah, it's a big mess. Let me go ahead and put that away. This one is this from Wicked Sisters? I believe this is from Wicked Sisters as well. This is a beautiful color story. Next up, we have another Violet Voss palette. I got this in a BoxyCharm. I haven't been subscribed to BoxyCharm in years, so I'm going to get rid of it. Next, we have a Ace Beauté, their original formula. Guess we don't need this anymore. This is from a BoxyCharm. Again, a really long time ago. I'm going to get rid of it. Next is another one from BoxyCharm from Pretty Vulgar. I don't know what's going on with Pretty Vulgar. I know they're no longer being sold at Sephora. Nice cool tone palette. I don't have a lot of cool tones, so I guess I'll keep this one in my stash. And here we have some Too Faced palettes. The Clover, the Gold Chocolate Bar. What is this one? The Natural Nudes. Such a beautiful palette. I remember seeing Mel Thompson do a video where she created several looks with this palette, and she's the one that sold me on this palette. I had no intention of buying it, and of course she did. Beautiful, beautiful looks. May you rest in peace, Mel. She's the one that made me buy this, so I'm gonna keep it. Okay, so from this shelf, we move up to this shelf. I don't anticipate getting rid of much on this one. The ABH Norvina palettes, these are beautiful. I love them. I collect them. Amazing palettes. You know, this palette, the Amrezy palette, I don't know, guys. For me, this didn't work that great. I know a lot of people love it. I mean, I love the packaging. I love everything too, but I don't know what it was about this one. I don't know, something funny about that one just didn't really work for me the way I was expecting. But go figure, subculture worked for me, and this one is my favorite, the Jackie Aina palette. An amazing eyeshadow palette. Gorgeous. They did such a good job with this collaboration. Now this Norvina palette right here, not my favorite. Like, these are so much better than this. This one is just okay. I'm not going to get rid of any of these because I do reference them, but if I didn't have my YouTube channel, I would definitely get rid of this one. I would get rid of Modern Renaissance. I would probably get rid of this one, unfortunately, just because I don't reach for them all that much. Here are the Huda palettes. Right here, Rose Quartz. This one is Desert Dusk, Pat McGrath. I've never used this one. I've showed this to y'all before. It's a quad. I never use it. Here's some Dose of Colors. I haven't used this one in so long, but I love those shimmer shades. I'm going to keep it. Got some more Dose of Colors right here. This is the Katie and what's her name collaboration? What is the name of it? Desi and Katie, Friendcation. Nice palette. I like the packaging on it too. Here's a festival palette. This one is from Pure. This is actually one of the nicer palettes that I've gotten from Pure, so I'm gonna hang on to it. Here is a Lethal Cosmetics palette, which Lethal is getting ready to drop a new eyeshadow palette, I think next weekend, so stay tuned for that. I'm keeping this one. Oh, another Lethal. Here we go. I'm gonna move this out of the way. This is the Berlin palette, the Berlin 89. Nice one. Okay, so here is the America's Parks palette from Nomad. Definitely keeping it. We got Pat McGrath. I'm gonna keep that one. This is the Nomad. They discontinued this one almost immediately upon release, but I'm gonna keep it. This is my only Lime Crime palette, the Greatest Hits Bangers. This is a nice palette. Really nice, great first impression. Really, really decent, really good eyeshadow palette. I guess I'll get rid of this one, the Pretty Rich palette from Too Faced. Nothing but a bunch of pressed glitters in this one. And there you can see what that one looks like. Goodbye to that one. And then what do we got over here? Oh, the White Peach palette. I wanted this one for so long. Don't ask me why. And then when I got it, I hardly used it. There's what the color story looks like. I'm definitely getting rid of it. Let's see. What is this? Oh, the Pure Barbie collection. I remember when I made my review video over this one, I put on a long blonde wig. That was so much fun. I'm going to keep this one. I just look at that packaging. Beautiful. And then what is this one? Oh, This one is the Gatsby, Golden Gatsby. This is from LA Splash. I'm gonna get rid of it. Didn't really like it. All right, guys, so I definitely made a dent in this shelf. We're gonna go to the opposite side of the room where I have a few more palettes to get through. Okay, so here are some more shelves right across where we were at before that have some stuff, some lippies over here, which we're not really gonna cover that. And then my highlighters, you can see the Kaleidos highlighters up there, Wet n Wild, Jeffree Star, Fenty, a lot of highlighters going on. Up here too, right next to it, more highlighters, so we're not going to be going over that. We definitely have more lippies going on. And right below it, these next two shelves have eyeshadow palettes. Let's start with this one because I think I'm going to get rid of this. I don't even think the brand is still in business. This was Shop Rose Beauty. This was a beautiful palette though. You know what? Maybe I'll hold on to it. This is a good quality palette. I love it. But I haven't seen much from the brand, so I'll just hang on to it for a little bit longer. The e.l.f. Chipotle sponges. I always said I was just going to use them for display, and I haven't used them since, so I'm going to put those up there. These are the Temptalia and Sydney Grace palettes. I have the light ones. Definitely keeping those. Here's the Buxom and Ash K Home palette. This is a nice neutral palette with some pops of color. Definitely keeping. Speaking of e.l.f. and Chipotle, here is that palette. I'm shocked that this never went to Ulta. I was really expecting it to go to Ulta, at least for a little bit, like until it's sold out, but it didn't. Over here is the Oma Beauty and Coming to America. This palette, this collection was much better quality than that other palette that I showed you earlier that I'm decluttering. I mean, these were all really solid palettes. So I'm definitely keeping this collection. Here is a palette that is just too cute. Urban Decay 1993, the 90s eyeshadow palette. And of course, it reminds me of the song from Smashing Pumpkins, 1993. Love it. I love the color story. And I just saw that Makeup Revolution did a dupe of this palette and the other ones that they released. They did an 80s and a 70s. That's at Ulta right now. The Nabla Cutie palettes, I'm keeping them. This is my very first one. Really beautiful palette. Beautiful. Here are the Oden's Eye. This was their summer release from last year. I've showed this one so many times on my channel. Look at the kitty. How cute. Love it. Amazing. I think these are still available as well. Here is a Tarte palette. Again, sea themed packaging. I'm gonna keep it. Let's see if I can open it. So probably not gonna use the shadows anymore, but I really like to have it as a display piece just because I love ocean themed decor. What do we got? Okay, we got more Oden's Eye back here. Let's see. Okay, here are the only two Charlotte Tilbury palettes that I have. I am not the biggest fan when it comes to Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows. I think they are way too expensive for what you actually get. Indie brands do it so much better. My Huda Beauty palettes. This is a good palette from Milani and such cute packaging. The Gilded Getaway palette. Love it. Love it. All right, so we got some more Colored Rain. This is our botanical collection. Amazing. Amazing eyeshadow palettes. This one from Cover FX. This is a face palette, and I am gonna get rid of it. This was from a BoxyCharm, which again, it's been years that I don't subscribe to BoxyCharm. Here I have some more Juvia's Place palettes that I am definitely keeping. This is the only eyeshadow palette that I have from Moira Cosmetics. I want to do another full face of Moira Cosmetics because they've been coming out with a lot of amazing stuff recently. And I've only done one video where I do a full face of Moira, and that was last year. Here's the e.l.f. Electric Mood palette, keeping that one. This palette was a bit of a disappointment from Wet n Wild and the Little Twin Stars collaboration, but it's not old. I'm gonna let it hang out a little bit longer. This also has that like strawberry scent to it. Here's the Marigold palette. This was a disappointment for me from Profusion, so I am gonna get rid of this one. Never getting rid of my Be Perfect Carnival palettes. These are absolutely amazing. And this Wet n Wild palette, is so special. The Wild Heart palette, get this if you don't have it. If you're looking for a new drugstore eyeshadow palette, it has all the shades you'll ever need. Amazing one from Wet n Wild. Okay, so from that shelf, we have one more, and this is my ColourPop shelf. I bet you were wondering where ColourPop was. See, ocean decor, and put that off to the side. I am not getting rid of anything here. This is the It's a Mood. I love this one, the So Jaded with Kathleen Lights. Fade into Hue. Actually, I can get rid of this one. These are all pressed glitters. I don't really reach for pressed glitters, so I will declutter this one. Here is the Perception palette. Oh my goodness, this is an oldie. An oldie but a goodie. Kathleen Light's Dream Street. This is the Raw Beauty collaboration palette at Foresight. We love that one. Another Kathleen Lights palette. This is a Zodiac one. I enjoy this one. Here is a palette I think a lot of you wish would come back, the Good Sport palette. Such an amazing color story. Really nice palette from ColourPop. This one is the Cabana Club palette. It's released last summer. I like that one. I think this one went straight to Ulta. What's this one? I forget what this one. Oh, I love this one. Element of Surprise. Because of the pop of pink. Too cute palette. The Disney Villains. Misunderstood. I took this one to Disney World when I went to Florida a few years ago. The Garden Variety. Love the packaging. I mean, nice color story, but I think I love the packaging more than I do the color story. The Rudolph palette. Love that one. Ticket to Dreamland. You need this one. This is such an amazing ColourPop palette. This is available at Ulta and also at ColourPop. Amazing, amazing palette. The Lush Life palette, also another amazing one. Must have. This one, so very lovely. I guess I can get rid of this one. I didn't like this one at all. I mean, the color story's cute, but I'll get rid of this one. The Malibu Barbie palette is one of my favorites. This one's not going anywhere. The Sonic Bloom wasn't one of my favorites either, but I think I'm going to keep it around just for reference. Here is the Hocus Pocus collection, the first one. Amazing. Here's the one from this year. So all of these aren't going anywhere. None of these. What is, oh, I bought this one because Angelica raved about it so much, the Orchid You Not, and I don't think I've used it yet. It even has the cover on the mirror. I bought it recently, guys. I didn't buy it like a long time ago. I bought this maybe about a month ago or a month and a half ago, but I need to pull this out and I need to use it. The Child Mandalorian palette, which ColourPop is releasing a new Star Wars palette, a Darth Vader palette this Thursday. 12 p.m. CST. I'm definitely getting it, but this one is so cute. This is the Solstice, the Smoke Show palette over here. Look, these are old, but these are fantastic. Let's see if I can pull them out. The Mar and the Soul. That's what they look like there. Aren't those color stories so pretty together? I love these. Here we have the Hello Kitty collection. These back here are the ice cream collection, as well as the Stay Jewel collection, all of which are amazing quads. Highly recommend checking those out. And with that, we have gone through my entire eyeshadow palette collection. Please don't make me count how many eyeshadow palettes I have. The last time I checked, or last time I did this video, was around this time last year, and I think I had over 300. So let's just put a number of 350 on it, but I am not about to count. But what I am going to count right now is how many I'm getting rid of. I will be right back. All right, guys, I am getting rid of 73 eyeshadow palettes. That's a lot. 73 palettes that I haven't used in who knows how long. Let me flip you around to show you. So here we go. Here are the stacks of what I am getting rid of. That's quite the dent that I made in my stash today. All right, guys, I gotta wrap up this video. I am hungry. I was just getting home from work when I stood up to film this video, and I think I've been filming for at least an hour. So this is a long one, and I hope you enjoyed it. I know a lot of you had requested this video, and your wish is my command. Let me know what you thought, sound off in the comments down below, and let me know what are some eyeshadow palettes that you recently decluttered. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night, wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink that water, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.